Let's wait for 5 minutes and start. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. Then I think we can go and start.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, John.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. My name is John. I have almost 8 years of experience in IT, out of which 7 years belongs to Microsoft Entra ID, where I work for multiple companies. And I have a good amount of knowledge and hands-on experience on Entra ID. And yes, I'm going to give you a demo on the Microsoft Entra ID part, what it is and how it works, what is the importance of the Entra ID. Yep. Before going on Entra ID demo, I just want to know if anyone knows about it, like a basic bits and pieces, or is the first time that you people are learning it? Anyone can throw some light on it, like just basic inputs, what you know, and why you want to learn Entra ID. What is the purpose of behind it? Is something you're learning just because someone forced you to learn, or you're just learning because of you have interest to learn? Hello, can you hear me, guys? I hope you guys are hearing me.
We can hear. So guys, Gagan, Hari,
like I'm just trying to make this demo as interactive. It's not like I'm asking a question and answers to just justify what you are, just to get some inputs from you.
Yes, yeah, I myself, Suresh,
Yes, Suresh. Thank you.
I'm having 11 years of experience in infra support, currently in backup tool.
Okay,
So
good.
just want to make sure that see, is this is fine for our career, or else do we need to have good experience in Azure administration as well? So or else
Hmm.
only Entra ID is enough to survey, for more than years. Just want to
Hmm.
know if you give some good clarity, that would be very helpful for me
Hmm. Hmm.
as well for all.
Good,
This is a
good,
very
good.
basic question, I think.
Yeah, of course, and
Uh,
that's really good. At least thank you for
mm,
opening mouth and giving inputs, Suresh. Any other inputs from any other person? Like we have almost 14 people, so I'll wait for another 1 minute, then I can start the demo. Okay, cool. It's fine then. So yeah, as Suresh said, Entra ID is one of the key components as of now in IT. So it used to be like if you look at past, like hardly in some 5 to 8 years back, how the legacy environment of the user, how a person works for a company, what kind of information has to be added for the user when he joins for any company. It could be TCS, Infosys, whatever the company you name it, including CEO as well. So it's like a username, password, and there are some applications, and then end user will get some laptop or mobiles, and that will be maintained in on-prem area. And they'll give a one server, and the server requires a lot of maintenance. When it's a maintenance, you need to maintain internet and a lot of configuration for server, GPOs, access policy, network rules. A lot of stuffs are there. And of course, it was kind of okay, but it was a kind of a complex structure. Like you need at least a bunch of people to maintain that. Even if you want to, let's say if you have a one person join into a company today, or let's take a company like TCS, Infosys, or HCL, where they do drives every year for the freshers. In order to board them into a company, it's very tough for the what do you call on-premise on getting those users into on-premise servers. So what they do in terms of that, they'll sit and create user accounts across the all the platforms, and it's going to be a problem for them. And maintaining application, maintaining devices. Each and every person has what you call a specific work on it. But if you have Entra ID, it's a kind of centralized repository. Of course, we have a lot of things from my Entra ID, nothing but from Microsoft Google, my Microsoft Azure side, and AWS side, they have own their mechanism, and Google has their own mechanism, as well as Alibaba as well. So whatever we are looking for Entra ID is now, it is topless in the market. It has this is a kind of place where you can maintain users, you can maintain your application at easy, and then you can bring your devices and you can give a complex security. So if you look at recent news about attacks or cybersecurity attacks or something data breach, all these things happens for the companies which are not using most of the identity solutions. The companies which are out of the solution, they are the companies which are getting open for attacks. If a company is part of one of the identity solutions like a Microsoft Azure or AWS or Google or Alibaba, that is the companies which have a good amount of security. Companies are not ready to invest on other technologies, but companies are ready to invest on most of the security components like Entra is one of the component, and then we have other components like Defender, Purview, other things as well. And Entra ID is the key. There is we every if you look at any company, every company may not have a DevOps engineer, may not have a kind of a coder who needs too much of debugging, but there is no company without username password. Even if you look at CEO will also have a username password. CEO will also have a laptop. Even if the company CEO wants to log into laptop, that person should go to. I mean, if they're using my Azure, the person should goes to Microsoft Entra ID configuration. He has to satisfy all the requirements. Then only that person will able to log in into the laptop. If he's not able to log in into laptop, even if forget about CEO, I'm sorry, forget about a coder, even if CEO, CFO, whatever the C category people, they are not even able to log in into that laptop. That's the kind of security we are having it. Okay. Hope you're able to see my screen, I guess, guys. So now I'm just going to give you some demo of it, like the kind of PPT presentation. Later, I'll just give you a kind of a glimpse how it works. Let's see. I hope you're able to see my screen where I'm sharing some PPT of it.
Yes, we can see.
Thank you, Suresh. Yep. 1 second. Yep. So we are going to cover these topics. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yep. So as I said before, these are the kind of stuff where most of the companies are looking for as identity as a solution for that. So we have a lot of challenges these days. If you look at the companies, security, what do you call, keeping companies safe from the attacking, and keeping each and every user's profile too much of strong, because hackings are happening everywhere. If one person gets an SMS, that is something kind of a place where the account can be compromised. So every company admin wants to secure their employees' profiles. It could be profile or laptop or any application. And this is the one place repository where you can connect your workspace to any app. And when I say any app, we have a lot of apps. We have ServiceNow, Jira, Zoho ticketing tools, and then Cisco. According to the work you're doing, we have so many applications in the market. So before, as I said before, some 10 years back, you need to maintain each and every application in each and every server, and that's going to be a problem for the end users. Now, what they're doing is no need to maintain each and every each server for each application. Bring all the application to one place and configure it and give a good experience, good single sign experience for end user, and get them access without any kind of thinking of other security, because we will take care of security. When I say we, the Microsoft Entra ID will take care of the security of the entire Entra ID. And then yes, we have good amount of securities. Availability is there across the even if you have disaster. So if you observe recent disaster from the main disaster, which is CrowdStrike. So most of the companies, not most, almost 80% of the companies got impacted due to the CrowdStrike. And somehow Microsoft was able to manage because they have a lot of availabilities across the globe, and they were able to restore customers' database. Though they lost data, they're able to restore because they were able to put a data across the globe in multiple regions: India, Europe, Africa, and US as well. And you can integrate your tools, like when I say tools, there are a lot of HRM tools. You can integrate those tools as well with the Microsoft. It's like a one place for all the issues. So one solution for most of the issues which every IT company facing as of now. Without IAM, it's very tough these days to keep company secure. Okay. So yeah, these are the challenges which most of the companies are facing for now. Like apps are getting exposed to market on how to keep them secure. Users are exposing to market on how to keep their profile secure. Users are taking laptop to home, how to keep them secure. And yes, and there is a huge demand for to keep everything in what they call secure section. So uh, there is no guarantee that end user will keep username password. Will log in with a username password only in office laptop. Like he can log in into mobile, he can log in into a personal laptop as well. But how to keep that account secure? If an end user takes laptop to home, he may try to access something else which is not required for company. How to keep that laptop secure? If end user goes to home, where home network will not have too much of security, and how to keep a company apps too much of secure when he accessing such a kind of apps being in home. So these are the kind of challenges every company has these days. For this, what is the solution? Yes, IAM is the best solution. And this is how where you can integrate or configure workspaces to any app for the Entra ID. So you can bring your Slack, you can bring your identity, Ping identity, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Mac, Workday, Facebook, whatever you name it in the world, the app, you can bring it to Entra ID, get it integrated, configure, get a good amount of security for each and every user and each and every application of your company. This is like a one solution for all the issues. Even if you whatever you name app, see, so you can bring your laptops, you can bring your Mac OSs, servers, applications, monitors, your social media accounts, okay, your travel stuff. Whatever your company is doing it, just bring it here and then just forget about your security issues. Microsoft Entra will take care of it. So it's like one place. And yes, as I said before, we have a lot of data centers across the globe, and we will take care of the each and every data center security. We have 24/7 monitoring, and with a global amount of security people who are controlling it and monitoring it on every time. And even if one region goes down, another region will be scale up within less time, and the end users will not face any issues. However, of course, there are some hiccups. However, that those kind of hiccups will be sorted within less time. And the best SLA we have for the Microsoft Entra ID is a 99.99% compared to other companies like AWS. When I say SLA, most of the companies will give a commitment that, okay, if anything goes wrong to my company, or products, we'll give you an SLA of 80% or 90%, most of the companies. But Microsoft is giving you SLA of 99.99%. It means if any product goes down, we will bring services within a less time, within less than 1 minute or something like that. Okay. And yes, as I said before, these are the kind of apps where you can integrate. These are the companies which works for networking. These are the companies which work for identity. These are the companies which most of HR will use these applications. Okay, this is a HR management is the one which is developing like left center these days, like SuccessFactors, Workday, Cornerstone, and a lot of applications wherein you like what is the purpose of like how HR management works in sense. If you look at HRs, they have to create a profiles in across the platforms as per their company. So due to this HR management integration, you don't need to create profiles of the user across all the platforms. You can create a one place and get it synchronized to every platforms wherever you want. That's going to be easy for the HRs. This is reducing HR's burden a lot. And then we have a lot of business applications. You can integrate it, enter ID, and get a single sign experience. Everything can be done with a good amount of security. I mean, there is no company. I mean, as I said before, these are all the companies are coming to Microsoft Entra ID to have a single sign experience and to give a user access in a good protected manner. I think you might heard all these companies, Citrix, Akamai, and SuccessFactors, Cisco, all these companies. I'm pretty much sure you guys are would across it. Okay, but these companies are coming to Microsoft Entra ID to have a proper security purpose. And yes, let's get into Entra ID, how it works. So where we gonna use Microsoft Entra ID now? What are the what do you call the segments which we're gonna cover now? Any doubts so far on these sections? Because now we are going into Entra ID, how it works, the components. Any doubt so far on these 5 to 6 slides? Okay, so I'll take silent as a no. I can proceed for next slide. Yes, Microsoft Entra ID. We are going to cover, when I say Microsoft Entra ID, these are the 4 components which I can consider as a key sections for any secure identities, like how you connect your workspace to any laptop, and how you're going to protect them, how you're going to engage your partners to the Microsoft Entra ID business, and how you're going to accelerate apps. So these are 4 segments which are completely into one Entra ID. Yep. You can connect your workspace to any app. Like so it's a centralized cloud management. You don't need to maintain a specific server. Okay. And whatever the app, whatever the device you have, it could be mobile, it could be a laptop, office laptop. Even for the case of the learning, you can bring your personal laptop as well to cloud. Okay. So even if you can bring your personal mobile as well to the cloud, and that will keep you a security of the office application when you're trying to access from your mobile or laptop. And improve the app discovery for user, discoverability. Let's say you have a lot of users in each and every company. Let's take service-based companies; they'll have lakhs of employees, so it's very tough for them. To keep apps availability. Hence, if you bring it to Entra ID, it's very easy for them to discover the app on their name. Because if end user goes to their profile, the end user can see what kind of apps he or she has, and then he can request for the application access. Okay. And yes, these are the apps which I was telling, right, where you can manage all your apps at one repository. This is HR apps, as I said before, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Workday, where you can create users in Workday. You can bring them to Azure AD. You can create a user account in SuccessFactors, and you can bring that user to Entra ID by provisioning. This is one technology, and this is a SaaS apps where you have all the cloud-based applications, and then on-prem apps. A lot of companies, let's say, when I say on-prem apps, these are the kind of applications where it won't be available outside in the market. Let's say timesheet. Timesheet will not be available across the globe. Most of the companies will have their in-house application for timesheet. Those applications also you can bring it to Azure AD. You can get a security for that. Okay, and on Active Directory, as I said before, there are certain applications which will be available only in on-prem AD and only maintained in Azure AD. You can also bring those to Azure AD. So Entra ID is one place for each and every issue what companies are going through these days, and it's very easy to configure. It's very easy to maintain. Okay, compared to legacy way of maintenance, legacy way of a payment structure, legacy way of a high kind of a configuration, Entra ID is providing an easy solution for each and every user. And then yes, this is how where you can provide a single sign experience to any app which you have, like a user sign-ins. And if that person is into Entra ID, let's say if person is not in Entra ID, maybe is an on-prem, the person is not eligible to use any security features of the Entra ID. But if he or she is an Entra ID, according to the configuration, based on the location where you are from, what kind of device are you using, what kind of a profile you are, and what kind of application you are accessing, the IP address, the end user will get a single sign-on experience. When it's a single sign-on experience, any idea what is a single sign-on experience? This is mostly you people. Most of the IT people will heard this name, single sign-on, single sign-on. Any idea what is a single sign-on?
Yeah, it's like authenticating to the multiple applications with
Mhm.
the single credentials. No need to remember multiple credentials. Like a single.
Absolutely makes sense. It's really good because see, I'm if you look at IT employee credential profile these days, they'll have a lot of apps. Teams will have a Teams Outlook, SharePoint will have one username password, laptop will have a one username password, and maybe some internal application will have one username password. Remembering mobile password itself is tough these days. Pattern and how you're asking employees to remember all the passwords, whatever they're using for application. Yes, if you ask me, yes, for I myself has a lot of problems to remember 4 passwords. Hence, if you bring that, if you bring those applications on the laptop or devices to Entra ID, you are giving a kind of luxury to your company employee. Hey, you don't need to remember username password. You just log in and just remember one username password. That username password I will take to across all the applications which you have. It could be Outlook, Teams, or OneNote, Excel, or you have any kind of different application which is added to Azure AD. I'm going to sync those applications to Azure, all the applications. Then what about browser? Similar fashion. If that application added to the Microsoft Entra ID, the username password will be synced to all the applications. You don't need to remember username password all the times because there is a concept called cookies and the session based, and that will be passed to end user sign-ins. Yes, once you log in, automatically the remaining application will also get a same session will be passed to that application when end user logs in. Obviously, he or she will get a single sign experience without remembering passwords each and every time. This will reduce a lot of burden for IT employees because I remember we used to keep a one notepad for one username, one account, one password for this application, another notepad for one more application with the different credentials. So this is going to be good kind of feature where we have an Entra ID, where most of the companies are looking for to leverage for their company employees. And then, yep. And these are the kind of applications which are looking for with a Microsoft Entra ID. These are like a mostly widely used applications like a Workday, GitHub, Atlassian, Cisco, American Express. What are the companies we are seeing in day-to-day activities? The Twitter as well. Okay. What are the company we are seeing their day-to-day or internet or from other people. Every company is coming to Microsoft Entra ID to have a single sign experience for their employees. Because I don't want my employee to remember each and every time user and password. And I don't want to maintain security for them wherever they go. If they're going for some village, if they're going for some town, if they're traveling some country, it's going to be paying for my company to maintain security. Hence, hey Microsoft Entra ID, I'm coming to you. Please provide all the security for my employee when he or she logs into. Please make sure the user logs in proper way, right, with a good amount of security. So that Microsoft will take care of it. That's why most of the companies are coming to Microsoft Entra ID to integrate and to get a good amount of security features for them.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
why only Azure means Entra ID? We have other tools as well, like Okta and ADFS for SSO. So why?
Yes, good question. I'm really happy. I don't know who put this question.
This is
Again,
Himanshu. Yeah.
Himanshu. Yes. Okay. If you look at since you point Okta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at ADFS, I'm not sure how many are aware of the ADFS, but I'll just give you some basic glimpse. That is also one of the identity provider, but it gives you access based on the claims. Okay, when you say claims, it requires certain claims to be passed in the backend, and those claims you need to configure specifically. And yes, the main thing is you have to maintain a server for that, and you have to maintain server. You have to install certain kind of services in that, and you need to buy certificates, and you need to maintain security for that. So keeping all these things in the picture, once you configure the proper ADFS, and then you have to pass claims for each and every application. Okay, let's say now we are Himanshu. I want Himanshu, when Himanshu was trying to access an application, I want these claims to be passed. Okay, and on top of it, there is a one more which is called a WAP, web application proxy. That is one more layer of the security when application added to ADFS, and once users trying to access, that goes to WAF, and then that is verified there in the WAP. And then once all this first and second layer of verification is completed, then end user will get access. That is a kind of a structure for the ADFS. If you look for the ping and Okta, yes, but what are the security features we have in Entra ID? And I'm pretty much sure ping and Okta don't have it. They're still developing in phase. What are the condition X policy, what you call, and then PIM roles base, the single sign experience, whatever the Microsoft is providing. As of now, the ping and ping and Okta did not have so far. And a lot of application will come up with a different kind of identity protocols like a SAML, Okta, ping identity, WS Fed. There is one more protocol I forgot, but yeah. So those protocols, every protocol as per the market standards will be supported by Microsoft Entra ID. But if you look at other companies, they will not support. They're still in the developing phase. Hence, Microsoft Entra ID is the only solution. Because if you look at ADFS and other components, ADFS are the I'm not saying it's a kind of a drawback, but the configuration maintenance itself is big for the ADFS. But you don't need such a kind of a huge environment or huge configuration for Microsoft Entra. It hardly takes 1 or 2 minutes to get a single sign experience for end user. And yes, Ping and Okta ID are the one which are not still compatible with Microsoft Entra ID cloud solutions. They're still in the developing phase. Yes, that's the reason I'm asking. I'm telling like Microsoft Entra ID is the best in the market as of. Is that okay, Himanshu? Or you have any other question?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Please feel to drop me if you have any other questions, okay?
John, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Like you have mentioned single sign-on.
Yeah.
So, are we doing the like identity governance as well as access management with the Entra ID, or how it is?
Everything we are going to do that we're going to cover in PPT, and going forward based on the training as well, we're going to do that in the classes. In the
So
PPT, yes, yeah, please go.
Yeah, with the identity governance, you mean to say like we can manage the accounts, enable, disable those kind of
everything. Yes,
operations
you're right.
we can perform on the target application. And
yes,
with the single sign-on, we can use Entra ID as a identity provider.
You're right.
So it is a complete solution then, like for IGA, for SSO.
One solution for all the issues. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a solution for SS4. This is a solution to keep a username password strong. This is a solution to keep end user's laptop insecure. This is a solution to protect each and every person. At the same time, this is a solution to delete the accounts which you don't want to. Delete the application. And at the same time, delete the guest account which is not belongs to you. As you said, identity governance and then payment, everything is coming in the picture. We're going to discuss in the PPT, and the same thing will be covered in the training as well.
But I feel that it should not be having a feature of segregation of duties, because that is something additionally that
Certification. No, I didn't get you. It's a certification.
certifications basically the accounts which are having the access, and the reviewers they need to certify the access.
It's about the compliance things. I guess he's asking about the compliance GRC.
And the segregation of duties, all this stuff. I don't think so that Entra ID would be having.
I don't think so. We don't have such a things.
A quick clarification here, guys. Entra ID has brought identity governance only with access reviews. Okay, so not much of options. Okay, with limited options. So what you're asking is purely into IAM side. Okay, this is not completely IAM built, but still a couple of things what John is explaining can be done, and which is much required. It is kind of IDP solutions for downstream applications through on-prem AD Connect, again Azure, and for downstream applications, Entra ID is going to help us.
Yep, I agree that in that part.
Hey John, quick question. So
Yeah,
this session is about introduction to Entra ID, or do you want to, give the overview of like what this course will cover?
Yeah, so this is only about demo, which I'm going to cover, and then post this, and based on that, who are showing interest, then we can have which we're going to cover each and every topic one by one. Yes, I'm not yet completed my PPT. Still, we have a lot of components. So in it, that PPT has whatever I was talking about, what Gagan was asking, and identity, IAM solution, everything was added to that. And what we are discussing, in PPT, I did not cover everything because we have less time. So I didn't get a chance to cover each and every topic in the PPT. But yes, as of now, I'm just giving you a demo of what it is and what kind of components we have it. Post that, yes, we're going to cover each and every topic with hands-on experience. We are going to make our hands dirty to learn this technology.
So, thank you.
So, yeah, thank you. Any other question, guys? Okay, I'll take silent as a no, and I'm just going for next slide. Yes, so this is a protection, and then you're providing governance access to the end users, where you can enable strong auth. When it says strong auth, we called out two components. One is a primary auth and secondary auth. Primary auth in the sense giving username password. Secondary auth in the sense which Microsoft takes care of it, like having an MFA with a phone call or SMS, or you can use Authenticator with a push notification or number matching, or else FIDO keys, which is a third-party solution which is integrated with Microsoft, and then intelligent analysis of the user's access, like where they are, what kind of network the device is connected to, and then based on that device network, and then based on the profile, based on the application, it will decide should I give access, should I not to give this access, and then that is how it comes into picture. And then it also monitor each and every user sign-ins and then audits if a user sign-ins from different location, and if the user is added to Entra ID, it gives each and every what is that user, where he logs in, the place, IP address, what he was trying to access, is that issue with the first party credentials, or second one, which is MFA, and everything will be displayed in a sign-in or audit logs that we can see going forward as well. And this is how the password technologies are included. As I said before, the second factor authentication. With help of this, we can prevent a lot of hacks or attacks on the user's profile, because these days our username password can be compromised, because we are going, we will be logging into credentials, many laptops and many devices. Hence, it may get compromised. So keeping that in mind, Microsoft is providing a second factor solution where it can prevent or protect end user's profile with any one of the components like biometrics, which is Windows Hello for Business, and then Microsoft Authenticator app, wherein you have to Authenticator app only in your mobile. It won't be with other person. Hacker will not get into your authenticated profile because it's completely maintained by Microsoft and they'll give a protection. And yes, push notifications are there and then soft tokens are there. I think it has like 30 seconds. And hard tokens like it's a FIDO keys, where the token will be displayed for some 45, some 20 seconds like that. And you have to enter that token. And you have a lot of other things, which is least secure. SMS and voice is least secure compared to Microsoft Authenticator, Hello for Business, and FIDO keys. And this is one of the easy feature, to be honest. But if it starts working, it's giving you great security, which is conditional access policy, wherein this defines how a end user should access any application. It's like this, okay, where the user belongs to, okay, what kind of user is he? Is a manager or a plain user or guest account? And what kind of device is he or she is accessing, or laptop or mobile device? What kind of application is accessing, and where is accessing from? Based on that, I can give access to him, or I can block access, or I can limit access. I can require an MF access. So as an administrator, I can play with the end user's profile when he or she logs into any application on that given day. If he or she is not meeting any one of the criteria which I defined in a conditional access policy, obviously he has to satisfy one of the components, either get an MFA. If you're not getting an MFA, obviously it's not something where you can't get access. Let's take an example. Okay, somehow your username and password got compromised, someone else got it, and you are on a leave today, but you got MFA call saying that, hey, thank you for calling Microsoft. You're trying to access certain application. Can you please press 1 if you're accessing it, but you're on a leave today. So you can think, okay, somehow someone got my username and password. He or she trying to log into that. But what are the phone call which I got it? It is not legal. It's not what you call the right one sense. If you can cancel that request, if you can ignore that call, obviously even the hacker cannot log into that. Unlimited access in the sense. When I say limited, any idea what would be limited access? If anyone gone through a conditional access policy so far, any idea what is the limited access? If not, okay. So when I say limit access, I don't want username and passwords to be available for that application entire day. But I want the user to give a username and password every 4 hours, every 2 hours, every 8 hours. It means you can ask application to kill the user session and ask the user, hey, can you please give me username and password one more time? That is how that can be done through the limited access in a conditional access policy. I think it's a session frequency that can be done with a limited access. And block instance, block, that's it. End user will not even get access to application at any cost. Block and block. You can block based on the device, based on the user's profile, based on the where you're from, based on the risky. Risky is something like there are 2 types of risky: sign-in risky and user risky. Sign-in risky in the sense, there are user and sign-in. When I say user risky, the kind of a strength the user is following to have a profile. Let's say if I say ravi@gmail.com, that is a kind of everyone can guess it. And what if its password is 1234? So it means his user profile is under risk because your username and password is not as strong as supposed to be. That comes under user risky. Based on that risk, you can also get conditional access evaluate, like low, medium, high. And sign-in risk in the sense, where you logged in from. Did you log in from, let's say I logged in from India today and I'm accessing something. All of a sudden, someone else got my username and password and he or she trying to access from being in the US. When a person logs into Indian location, how come the same person logs into US within a matter of a second? Technically, logic is highly impossible. That algorithm thinks, okay, I can see one legal account logins into India location, but the same account has one more login somewhere in the US. So what are the login which happen in the US? It thinks, okay, something is going wrong. Then let me consider this account as a risky. Hey user, I can see 2 logins and I can see one is the right login, which is from India, but I can see one more login from US within a matter of 1 more second it happened. So let me consider as a risky, like high risky or low risky according to the configuration. And admin can take action on it. Is it a legal way of logging? I mean, is it right account who logs in there, or someone else logged in? Okay, that's going to help each and every company to audit and monitor end users access. Because a lot of companies, a lot of employees logs in. They travel to different countries. They use VPNs. So in such a cases, this will comes into real picture for every company to help the end users employees. Yep. This is the detection, and this is just like normal.
But that should not prohibit them to log in, right? I mean, I know it's kind of an intelligent feature,
Yes.
but that should not prohibit them, isn't it?
If it is not prohibited them, when it's a prohibited law from login, right?
Yes.
Okay. It might be something like you and I know that, okay, this is a right access. Okay, this is whatever the login which I am doing it, it's a right one. But the tool, the technology is not aware of it. What I'm saying is the risk time, it will trigger an alert for the admins. Hey admins, I can see 2 logins. One is from India, one is from US. India is right one. I'm okay with it. But maybe let's say you take an example, you have VPN in your laptop. Okay, you just logged in into your home network, and that's fine. I mean, being in office, and somehow you connected to VPN to access certain application. Once you connected to VPN, the VPN goes to maybe Singapore or somewhere Australia or somewhere in Malaysia or Japan. According to the so 1 second back, you logged in office network, where it is showing is India. Next second, it just moved to a different country, which is Malaysia or some. Today, let's take an example, Japan. Algorithm thinks that, okay, I can see 2 sign-ins. One is from India, another one is from Japan, and both happen within a matter of 1 or 2 seconds. Technically and logically, it's very highly impossible for you to travel 1 or 2 seconds between those 2 countries.
No, I'm not talking about logins, but I understand that.
Yeah.
But how will be the end user experience here? Because honestly speaking, it's the same guy who's attempting to log in. Because
Yes.
most of the organizations provide
VPN.
the VPN along with multi countries, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't that app should prompt additional MFA in that case?
Exactly. That's what I'm going to complete. It's all about how you're going to configure the risk time here and how you're going to configure it. If I feel that if I want to give access, and if I know that as an admin, okay, my company people have VPNs and the VPN will keep on fluctuate different countries, then admin should I take a call on it? Okay, should I give access or should I give them access with MFA? Should I limit their access or should I block them?
Okay.
Yeah. Me as an admin, because I know my company environment, I know my VPN will fluctuate to a lot of locations every time they log in. Sometimes go for Japan, sometimes go for US, sometimes be in India. In such a cases, admin should take a call on it. Okay. So if, as you said, yes, you can require an MFA. I'm not saying it's only blocks. It just controls your access. If I want to be blocked, yes, I can block it. If I feel something is okay, this login is not a legal login. Then if it is, then yes, I can block it. If it's something, okay, I know this how it works because I have VPN, that VPN keep on changes, then you can put an MFA. Hey, you need to pass an MFA whenever you connect to VPN with a different location. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah, and John,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
sorry to stop.
Yeah.
Let me explain the user experience here, guys. Okay, see, not everything can be achieved via technical things, right? Meaning, let's say on cloud level, you cannot control everything. When it comes to some restrictions, so so here only we are going to like pitch in as a team. Meaning, okay, there'll be a team called as monitoring team or whatsoever. Will be using some monitoring tools in the back end, right? So they are going to approach you. There'll be 24/7 team, and they'll ping you and they'll check whether you're online and like are you the person who logged in with the right access, or like is this something like fishy? They are going to identify. If you confirm you are the one, then like they'll check. Okay, they'll try to take some remote access, or they'll try to join the call. So this is how it happens in banking systems currently. Okay, if that is suspicious, definitely they'll immediately ping you, and they'll try to check what is going wrong in your computer. Okay, so in some other industries, currently they are still dependent on the monitoring system. They may approach you the very next day. but in banking systems, it's like very restricted. And there'll be definitely a monitoring team, some like SRA team or some team. It can be any team. So they'll approach you. So are you the right person who is logging in, or is it something suspicious?
Yes, as you said, yes. It's a, whatever we are talking about is completely maintained by a specific people, like dedicated people. It's not like they won't give access to every person, because this is some sensitive technology. If a person without having knowledge, if he or she do any kind of changes, that's going to impact entire company. Hence, as you said, yes, we have a different teams. Most of the companies will maintain, okay, one team for condition access policy, one team for audit, one team for devices, one team for applications. According to the situation, according to the issue, if you reach that specific team, the team will help you. Okay, did you meet all the signals, all the criteria as per the configuration? If you meet, yes, you will be getting this kind of experience. If you're not
What
meeting,
is
yes.
Entra? What does that stands in cybersecurity?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Module, is it?
I'm sorry, it's showing iPhone. And may I know your name, please? Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw. I mean that one.
I think the Azure got renamed to Entra ID, right? I mean, what is
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe 3 to 5 months back, it used to be Azure AD, Azure Active Directory. Now they renamed it to Microsoft Entra ID.
It's been a year.
Entra, Entra, Entra. I'm just putting it.
I'm saying it's been a year they changed the name.
That's it. Nothing else. Just the naming. And then some the portal settings got changed. That's it. Nothing much. But end of the same kind of mechanism. And someone asking question before, I don't know. Okay, fine. So we'll go with a further demo. We have a few more slides which we're going to cover. Yeah, so someone asking me about before identity governance and then access like sales, right? This is how it works. So identity governance is something where you can govern and users access based on the resources, PIM roles, groups, and you can take a call on it. Okay. So you can create a one life cycle based on the user sign-ins and or as a profile according to your requirement. The user can be with you for a year, and once it is done, and I don't want that user to access any application or any resources. This is, let's say, a lot of companies will bring some employees to their company for 6 months or 1 year based. Once it is over, that employee will be terminated or removed from the company. So I may know that this guy he with my company for 1 year, but I may forget to delete these profiles in the company. So it's going to be problem for a lot of admins. Hey, okay, let me go, let me search that user, where that user is, let me filter out and let me delete that user. So it means you have to put out a notification saying that okay, this person is going to get out of this company after 1 year because the contractor and his contract is over, and let me remove this, let me terminate this profile. Hence, that is a place where identity governance comes into picture with access policies as well. It will validate the user's profile, everything, and it checks, okay, is this 1 year completed according to the configuration, and it'll try to checks what kind of access he or she has, the groups or resources or PIM roles, and try to delete the profile without having any user intervention. That's going to reduce a lot of admins burdens. So this is also we have in the picture, but it requires a different licenses to use it. Most of the companies will have, because there's something reducing a lot of burden for the admin. Hence, the better it works, the better money you have to pay for companies. Yes, it is. It requires some license. I think P2 and then identity governance license. And this is a lifecycle policy. I think someone asked me, what is a lifecycle policy? Yes, this is how it works. When users on board and then the request for additional access, yes, he has to go with this lifecycle management to get in access for any approvals for any resources. There's a time bound, like a minimum is 8 maximum, or I don't know, 8 hours or 24. I just forgot the number. So that's a time bound access. I think it can be customized for 24 hours. Yes, 24 hours. And once it is over, time is up, then user will lost access to the specific resource or group or anything. According to that, it changes the the life cycle of the users. Again, he has to request for one more time. And yes, this is a privileged identity management. As you know, administration job is too hectic, and there are a lot of requests will come to admins. Hence, one admin cannot maintain everything at one shot. Hence, that admin will dedicate his work to different people and by giving certain roles. And according to that person roles, they can do their work. Like if I say user administration, that user can, that person who is a admin role, user admin role, can create user profiles and then can maintain users information, reset password. So that is a time bound, and then it requires some data access and ensure that there will be alerts and everything what the person is doing. Everything will be monitored and then reviewed by a person in the backend. Everything will be. It's a one-shot solution. And it's RBAC as well. RBAC in this resource-based access control. The kind of resource you are accessing. If you're accessing virtual machine, if you're accessing some Cosmos DB, if you're accessing certain web application, web apps in the Azure, and that resources access will also depending on Entra ID, because Entra ID is everywhere. If you look at DevOps also requires users login. If you talk about a virtual machine VMware, virtual machines, it requires users login. If you talk about network access, it also authenticate users access. Everywhere you have a username password. If you're not meeting username password criteria, obviously you will not able to access the service or resources. Okay, so that's why RBAC comes into picture. A lot of people say, hey, I'm a virtual machine tech lead and I'm trying to access it, but I'm not able to log in. Obviously, we have to check, hey, what kind of permissions you have at RBAC for that VM, that we will handle it. When I say we, my administrations, Entra ID people. Hey, I'm a DevOps guy and a lot of dev pipelines are running in the backend. Unfortunately, I'm unable to authenticate one of the DevOps pipelines. Can you please help me out? Yes, we are the people who has to help them. And then there are some people who create some web applications in the Azure Entra ID, and they're also getting some issues, and we are the people who are going to help them. It means everywhere, every technology requires authentication, and authentication, we are handling it. Admins will handle it, Microsoft Entra ID people. I mean, what I'm explaining is everything belongs to a person who maintains it. Most of the companies will not give it to any employees. This access is completely given to segregated, dedicated teams. Okay. And so these are the places where you can engage customers across the globe. If your company has a lot of users with a lot of relations with other companies, and if a lot of complex structure, and if you want to make it easy, and then you are getting a lot of riskies. I mean, the security concerns, these days, attacks and everything. Hence, obviously, you need to come to Microsoft Entra ID to get a robust solutions. Okay. So that's why we want most of the customers to come to Microsoft Entra ID to get a good amount of security, good security for each and every user profile, application, and laptops. Yes, and this is the place where you can accelerate your apps. As I said before, each and every company have their own apps, like in-house, like timesheet apps, and then they're developing some other applications as per their business, as per the client requirement, and there are certain applications which they want to sit and develop with certain coding and everything. So based on that, yes, you can. And by the way, one more thing, I'm not a developer, but I know certain things. Each and every application will be developed using certain language methods, certain software development kits. Okay, even Microsoft Entra will support a lot of applications. If a developer is developing an application with a different kind of libraries like MSOL, AROL, and OAuth, SAML as a signing protocols. So based on that, you can come and bring your application to Azure ready. Yes, I think this is what I was talking about. Okay, where you can bring your applications. You can do app registration in Entra ID, or you can do client like the software development kit, where you can use MSOL, AROL as authentication methods, and then a certain endpoints, which is like a graph endpoints that we can go endpoints in a deeper once we start training. And then you can not only with what you call your accounts, Microsoft accounts, you can log in with any social media accounts as well: Facebook, Gmail, LinkedIn, Twitter, Weibo. I think Weibo is in China. Yes, yeah. So you can use those accounts as well to log in into. It's not like you need only an account which is from Microsoft. You can use any accounts to log in into your application as per the configuration. So it's like everything we have. When I say everything, most of these issues we are facing in the market has a solution in Entra ID. Of course, it's not like I'm saying 100% we have it. It is still taking feedbacks from the customers, and they're doing it, and they're getting it availability for customers in next 6 months. That's the beauty of the Microsoft. And yes, in the end, this is what it is. So you can just connect your users, bring your users and apps to get a single sign experience. It means it will just kill the burden of the employee to remember a lot of username and passwords, and it will prevent a company assets like a laptop, applications, or users from hacking, and then automatically blocks or blocks are given access based on the conditions which I'm going to put it. And then yes, we can monitor what is happening, whether what that user is trying to do in the back and what kind of application he or she is logging into. And if I feel something is wrong, I can alert the person, hey, I can see certain alerts. Is there something you logged in or someone else logged in? And then yes, according to that, I can take a call, and yes, and you can manage and access every control of the users. There's a one-shot solution for every issues what companies are facing for now. Any questions?
John, to learn this Entra ID, do
Yeah.
we need to have the Azure cloud knowledge as well before starting this Entra ID, or it is independent?
It's really good have some bits and piece knowledge so that you can grasp things faster. It's not really mandatory you should have a knowledge before starting Entra ID. Even any person can start. Even a fresher or kind of a graduate also can start it. It's not really mandatory you should have some hands-on experience in Entra ID. Not required, if you ask me. Because we're going to cover based on the people's knowledge, we're going to cover it. Like I'm thinking to start from the scratch, like for the first 1 or 2 days, then we can go deeper along with us.
What's the duration of this?
I'm sorry?
Oh, what's the duration?
Duration, I think he will curtail the duration because I'm here to get that information. Ganesh?
Yeah, Rakesh
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh, sorry, Rakesh. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So duration, I think probably it comes around 25 hours.
Uh-huh. And
Huh.
will this be on weekend or weekdays?
That based on the voting, we are going to decide, guys. Okay. So we have to check with your what is your comfortable time, whether weekdays you can join 1 hour or 1.5 hour per day, or weekdays, or sorry, weekends. So I need to check on that individually. So please register with the link I shared in the chat, and I'll reach out to you guys. And based on that, we are going to decide the time slot, and even I'll check with John. So based on that, we are going to fix a time.
Also, will be provided with this software for to play around?
Yeah.
Practical.
Are you guys able to see my screen? I'm just sharing a portal, not PPT now. I'm not sharing any PPT now. I think I'm sharing my portal access.
Yes. We can see, John. Yeah.
So you're able to see my portal access, right? Where you can see a home and then everything, right? So maybe if you're okay, I just want to do one demo if you have some 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Microsoft Entra ID portal.
Can I know how do you onboard the users in this Entra ID?
We will get into slowly once we start training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a part of it. Okay.
Yeah. So we can.
And yeah, John, sorry to stop.
Yeah.
So once John is done with this, I'll clarify your doubt with the difference between IGA and Azure tool. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, sure. So this is how it looks. This is Microsoft portal.azure.com, wherein we have a lot of resources. Like Entra is one of the resources, Cosmos DB, and then these are the resources which are available from the Microsoft side: IoT, DevOps, hybrid, and networking. And we're going to work on this part, which is Microsoft Entra ID part. Whatever we are saying, we generally call it as a blades, okay, users groups. I'm sorry for that because I didn't cover each and every topic in the PPT because we didn't have much time. And we have AD Connect as well. And then groups, I forgot to add a group creation. We are going to do everything in the lab, I mean, in the trying part. So let's say someone asking how to create users. Yes, we can create users here. We can maintain them. We can invite guest accounts, and we can manage. We can monitor their sign-ins and audits everything here. The sign-in logs as an admin, and you can create a groups for that user. It's very easy. This portal is user-friendly. It's pure user-friendly compared to on-prem where you go and create it, and then you can bring your laptops to Microsoft Entra ID. Okay. When I say laptops, whatever the laptops you have, right? Mac or Windows, you can bring those devices to Microsoft Entra ID and get it registered, and you can play with those devices as well. See, I have a Windows 10, I have my mobile devices, everything. Okay, you can bring it into Entra ID, and we can do lab as well, how to bring devices to Azure ID. Okay, based on the device type also, I can block or give access to end user. If your device is not like that, I will not let you to access any of my company applications at all. If your laptop is like this, I'll give access to you. Otherwise, I'm not gonna give access to you. And identity governance,
So
if
what
someone,
if the laptop is not on I mean basically it's on internet.
yes, you're right. Like, what's your question?
So my laptop, like
Mm-hmm.
my organization laptop,
Mm-hmm.
it is registered and it was registered during the network, but it's not necessary that I should be always in network, right? So I come out of the network, I'm on local
Mm-hmm.
internet,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm attempting to log in a resource which is protected by Azure. I mean,
Yes.
protected by Entra ID.
Yes. Good. So what the question was, Chand was asking, he brought his office laptop home and he's accessing applications in being in home network or connected to mobile hotspot. What kind of security or how you gonna give access to me, right? If I put it in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you gonna give me a control or security for my laptop when I'm trying to access from my mobile hotspot being in a village? Anyone, if you have any experience before, can just put some light. Otherwise, I'll give you.
That's through VPN.
I think let's take there is no VPN in the picture. Let's pure mobile hotspot in working from remote village. Okay.
That's what I'm on internet.
Yeah, that's just pure internet. There is no office network, no VPN, and he's accessing some office application. Let's take Outlook or Teams, something like that.
Like HR portal, we normally
Yeah,
access for
anything.
payslips and all, right?
Yes,
So
yeah,
which should
anything.
be accessible
It
from
means he's
anywhere.
accessing some sensitive information being in home.
That
So
is,
what
yeah,
gonna? Mhm.
that is through Microsoft. So he is going to connect to the Microsoft that will connect the apps in the organization.
Yeah, but his question was, it's a simple. He connected to open internet and he's accessing company sensitive information on Sunday, being in home. There is no office network rules, there is no office security, no VPN in the picture. How Microsoft Entra ID is gonna help his laptop when you're accessing certain application which belongs to company, especially the timesheet or payslips? Yes, we have a solution for it. So there are 3 types where you can bring your device. When I said device, it could be Windows laptop, it could be Mac device, it could be a mobile phone as well. When I say mobile, even Android and then iOS as well. So there are 3 types. One is a Entra join, Entra register, and then hybrid. So based on the device type, if a mobile or a server or a laptop, you can bring your device to one of the join type and get registered done. Once you register your device, I'm just showing it here. Each and every device will get a one unique ID. That's some 16 or 80 digit number. So this is my mobile OnePlus, and it has a number for it, device ID. This is unique across the Microsoft servers. So this ID is gonna pass in the backend when end user is trying to access, like this in this case, the Chand case. When Chand was trying to access certain payslips or timesheet from the open network, as long as this ID is passing in the backend, Microsoft will take care of the security purpose. Okay, we will take care of this ID passing in the backend. We'll keep this ID in the cached information. And this ID will give you the claims. Okay, that claims will contain all the necessary information of the end user along with what you call the backend security rules, and that user will get access to it. If you're not meeting the criteria as per the Microsoft Entra ID, which you configured here, obviously end user will not get access. If you want, we can do a little quick demo. Okay, can someone give me IP of your laptop? Just give me a IP address. Just give me what is my IP. Just give me 2 IPs. Just type what is my IP and then give me 2 IPs. Just going to do one quick demo. Hello.
Let me provide it.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. Okay, I got one IP from Alim. Maybe one more IP, that would be good. Yeah, thank you. So I think I got enough IPs.
I can give you my public IP address.
Alim, no, I got two IPs from Alim and then Rakesh. So I think that is enough for those two IPs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a one condition access policy based on this type 2 IPs. Okay. Where the policies? And I'll give a username password as well. Okay, let me create one user account. 1 second. Yeah, someone is asking, right? This is a one way where you can create a user account here. This is demo. I'm just putting username here.
So why do they use Contoso as a name always?
That's a name which they registered, Contoso Fabricam. Why this is password? Okay, let me try. Fine. This is the password.
Since you're typing password, I got one interesting question. Is that
Please.
a specific password to Entra ID, or can that be a global trusted password resource? Like, I mean, basically, I need a sync, right? I don't want to have this dedicated password for Entra ID, but I want to have my own
Obviously.
password.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? Because I unselected auto-generated password and removed and I put my own password. By default, it'll give you one random password. If you want to use it, you can use it. Of course,
And
anyway,
this Entra ID password, can that be synced with the Active Directory?
Obviously. I mean, when I Entra, like the person who created in a cloud.
Yeah, this guy, you're creating a person, right? So you're
This-
creating a password then dedicated to is this portal or is this own resources what he will be
It's a portal only, Azure portal.
Oh, okay, but not
Yeah.
the resources, right? The
Yeah, no,
outside.
not yet. So which is I'm doing some basic demo. Okay. So what's your question comes into picture, and answer will be no, because you can't sync users to on-prem. Azure to on-prem, but you can sync users from on-prem to Azure. That we can do over AD Connect. I'll show you how the password also getting synced.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave you one username password demo. Okay. So in the meantime, you can try to log in into portal.azure.com by using this password. Portal.azure.com. Yeah. So use this link and use that username as a demo and then password. And let me know if you're able to access or not. Can someone try for me? And let me know what is outcome.
So meanwhile, like John, I have a question. Will Microsoft Entra ID supports some external connectors like Skim connector for user provisioning, some kind of thing?
Yes, we do. That's what the HR we are talking about, right?
Okay.
HR
So for upstream and downstream, both it will be supporting.
Yes, upstream and inbound, outbound. You're talking.
Yeah, inbound and outbound.
Yes, yes, it will support.
Mm-hmm.
So far we have ServiceNow, Salesforce. A lot of applications are doing it. Yes, it will support.
Okay.
able to access, asking for password change. Yeah, okay. Halim, maybe you can do password change. And once you change, you can put a password here in the chat list, okay? Because I want other people to give a try as well. You can put some random password and put it in the same chat list. Any other questions in the meantime? Thank you, Halim.
So how old these technologies? What is the job market? So if you learn, are we going to get the job in this technology?
Okay. There is no word called however, because this product is developing every day. Every day, if you look at, see, if you look at screen, right? There is a new, the blade was showing new. It means there's a new feature came into picture recently into the market. And if you go for other blades, you will see every day this product is evolving like left and center. If you ask me how long it's been into market, maybe I can say some 5 to 8 years, something around. Yeah, that was the place it was came into market. But last 3 to 4 years are the years for Microsoft where they develop this product rapid space, and then they're bringing features what customers are looking for. And if you ask me, yes, what are the jobs? What is this? Okay. You can skip it, click on next, and you can skip it. There's an option, you will get a skip option. For now, click on next, and you'll see a skip. You can skip it. Yeah. In terms of job opportunity, yes. As I said before, there is no company without username, password, and security. Every company requires a strong username password with all the security features. We have a good amount of opportunity for IAM people who has this knowledge in their resume. If you have one more knowledge, extra add-on knowledge, that is also good for you to get jobs, like more job opportunities.
And yeah, let me pitch in here. Someone posted where exactly Entra ID stands with when compared to IAM tools, right? So Entra ID is way different compared to IAM tools. So you have taken two, I believe someone Hari posted, right? You have taken certain tools like IGA tools, Savient, SailPoint. So these tools will govern the access, okay, user level. So when it comes to SSO solutions, MFA and all, SailPoint, Savient is not capable. So currently in market, there are a couple of tools like Ping Federate, Okta, Entra ID. These are the only IDP solutions which is capable of integrating the SSO SAML solutions. Okay. So how exactly it helps? Let me explain you. There is the difference. So let's say not every company are completely transition towards cloud now. Azure already slowly they are transitioning. Okay, not all the data. Mainly banking domains are still dependent on Active Directory on-prem. Okay, so when they are dependent on Active Directory on-prem, again they have to sync the same whatever data they are carrying from the HRIS system into downstream applications. How they are going to do that? So utilizing Entra ID. Okay, so even okay, let me put it across like this. Before that, in market, Entra ID is a big competitor now for other tools. Plus, Entra ID is much required compared to other tools to control the licenses. There are various licenses in Entra ID like E3, F5, F1, P1, P2. So many licenses it carries. So even for controlling, once they control the licenses, user has to authenticate using Entra ID SSO solution to get the access to that license. So this is how it acts. So when it comes to the difference, this is required because uh, they have to sync the data again, as I said, from Active Directory to downstream applications, right? It will be through AD Connect sync, and it will carry the information into Azure AD, that is Entra ID. Then it will supply the same information to downstream applications. So that is where we can achieve the SAML protocols as well. And there was a question again with SCIM. There are various protocols Azure supports today. So either we can go by creating service accounts and assigning certain roles based on that IAM tools will get the access to the service account, and where we can control all the attributes and like entitlements. Apart from that, there is one more level of access we can go on using Microsoft Graph APIs. And there is one more, I'm not sure whether you're aware, there is something which is newly built in recently, API driven provisioning, okay, wherein without exposing any data from Azure AD, you can directly just write into Azure AD. So there is one more protocol. John, I'm not sure even this is a recent webinar I attended directly with Microsoft.
Okay.
So there is yeah. So certain customers like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, if you take, they don't want to expose their data. So meaning, let's say when you integrate the connection between Azure AD and certain IAM tools, you will aggregate the data and you can see the users, everything in SailPoint, right? But now uh, SailPoint and other companies and with Microsoft partnership, they have come with something called as API-driven provisioning. Okay, so wherein it will create a something called bulk skim URL. So once you integrate with that, you'll just write the data into the system, but you cannot aggregate any data from Azure into your system. So we are not exposing any users' data into your system. So this is how banking system were like had a requirement, and which has been achieved by Microsoft now. This is one of the advantage with Microsoft Entra ID now. So um, so I hope I answered your question, Hari. So this Entra ID is way different. It'll never come in like complete governance picture. It'll come in SSO, MFA solutions, okay, and authentications and other things. But it is very much required when you are using a AD on-prem to a cloud solution as well. So for downstream applications, how are you going to authenticate yourself? You should have some IDP solution in your company, right? Because IGA tools will not support you with SSO or any MFA things. It will only help you to write the data, like carrying some primary attributes, so first name, last name, email address. Why we need IGA tool here when Entra ID is capable of SSO? Okay. So let's say now you have 4,000, 5,000 users in your company, employees. Okay. So how IGA tools will help you? Like we are going to write some scripts, right? So to create some unique usernames, okay, email addresses. So which in Entra ID, they are going to create it manually. So that is again additional effort from the IT team. So when it comes to IGA tools, that's an advantage. Everything is automated. So what Entra ID team will do once this automation is done, like the attribute capturing, I mean, the IGA tools will write the attributes, right? For example, creating the unique email address, UPNs, everything. Then there will be some additional work that IT team will take care of the things manually. Additional work would be like only 10%. Rest 90% will be done by IGA tool only, like writing the attributes, creating unique username, email address, plus assigning the licenses, security groups, everything can be controlled by IGA tools. But when you assign certain license for Microsoft 365, they require Azure AD to authenticate themselves. Then only they'll get the access. So this is the difference. So IGA and this tool has like a way different.
What are the connector operations you're providing to SailPoint?
Connector operations, meaning I did not get you.
So, see, for an existing corporation, I don't know if you have a lift and shift approach, or is it possible or not.
Okay.
My identity provider can be something else right now, but I want to switch it to Azure, I mean, Entra ID. How is it you're going to do it?
Yeah, we can. So let's say assume you have Okta now, okay? So now you want to transition from Okta to Okta IDP solution to Microsoft Azure IDP solution, okay? So we can do that. So Microsoft DevOps team will involve over here, okay? So what they're going to do, they're going to run some scripts, okay, for you. They're going to help. So first thing they are going to do is, let's assume you have 1,000 users in your company. First, they are going to migrate all the password sync, I mean, data into from Okta IDP solution into Azure AD. They are going to migrate that first thing, because before migrating all the attributes and other things, why they are going to take care of this password syncs for all the users, meaning metadata. So when in the next day, let's say you are going to do this on some weekend, okay? So once Monday users are logging in, they should not face any login issues. So first thing we have to take care in the transition is passwords. So that Microsoft, one of the high level team, I think maybe John may aware, if there is a transition, they will involve. They are going to run some scripts. They are going
Exactly.
to help. Yeah. So once they do the transition of passwords, then they are going to take care of other. So everything is like a simple transition, automated
So
scripts.
basically, you're saying you have the ability to do the lift and shift.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
So
exactly.
I mean, if you to be precise, it's like a PHA PTA. There are two mechanisms which we call it as, and you can bring those users who are using the third-party IDP ping or Okta and integrated with Azure AD. And yes, as you said, that can be done with the BICE, what you call CSA, like cloud solution architectures, and they'll come and they'll review with the ping Okta identity and then Maxo identity architecture will sit together, then validate it, then they do configuration according to that. Yes, solution is there. It's not like we only support Microsoft Entra ID itself. We can support AWS, we can support Google, we can support Ping, we can support Okta and Octopus. We have a lot of IDP, SailPoint, Savient. Every company, if you are using it and if you want to migrate it, yes, it's happy to.
And
So,
team, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I might be asking so many questions.
Please, please,
I
please.
don't want to bother others if they have. So, see, here you are creating the accounts, going into the portal and creating it. So that's why my main question is why can't this be automated by any IGA, right? Like Savient, like Ping,
It can be automated. See, what I'm giving you as a like basic inputs of how to create user accounts as a member, as a guest. If you
Oh,
want automatic and automatic, you can do bulk uploads. Everything is there.
okay. That automation should be from the IGA itself.
Yes.
IGA, yeah.
See, when you say automation, definitely some other third-party tool, IGA tool, should be involved to write into directly into Entra ID.
Right,
Okay.
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that is possible. Definitely. I said right. So you can control, like you can do the mappings once you establish the connectivity, like creating service account. Then, so whatever you want to write inside Entra ID, you can go ahead and do that. Plus, you can control all the security groups, SSO solution, MFA. Everything can be forced using IGA solution. Like, let's say on the next sign on, please reset your password. Plus, enable MFA. Everything can be forced using IGA.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
See, we have a lot of components. The only thing is we have to explore as deeper as we want. So like a bulk create, we have, so for the same thing, you can write a script if you want, or you can use this format, which is given by Microsoft. Use a format and get it done. You can use third-party IGA tools, and then yes, you can do the same thing as well.
Yeah. And lastly, I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong. John, you can correct me. If
Please.
this can be achieved only with P1, P2 licenses. So not any other licenses, I believe.
License part, yes, each and every component requires different licenses. This one, maybe we can check that license. Yeah, free license will not let you to do everything. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Free. So P1 is,
So,
yeah, go on.
when you're saying it can be automated with the IGA, I think there would be still missing components, right? Which Entra ID has to handle it standalone, irrespective to IGA provider. I mean, don't you think so? For example, you're saying that the creation can be with the IGA. Take an example of Savient or SailPoint or anything, right? So there we have something called the lifecycle managements, right? So creation of identities, provisioning
I'll
utilities,
give
and
you
all.
one deeper answer for you, Chen. So if you talk about current business, each and every company has a competition in the backend. Okay, if you talk about AWS or Microsoft, Google, each and every company has a competition and then compatibility issues. In similar fashion, even if you talk SailPoint or IGA tool, any third-party tools, yes, they'll also have a compatibility issue with the Microsoft. Hence, what they do is they'll access certain APIs in the backend. Because when you run a script, each and every script will initiate certain APIs in the backend. Microsoft will not give access to each and every API of their APIs to third party because end of this a
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
database breach. Because if they give access to APIs, obviously the third party tool will be in a position to access Microsoft database, so which they don't want to do. Hence, they will restrict only, hey, your third-party tool, and you are only to do only this part. You are not supposed to do what I'm doing exactly in my, because I'm not giving you the main APIs. I give you only certain APIs to you, and you can leverage or you can create a what you call script according to that, and you can get those users to be added here. Hence, yes, we are doing it in a best effort basis and doing whatever the best possible. However, Microsoft will not only Microsoft, even if you talk about AWS, Google, any company in the market, they will never give complete access, complete APIs to any company in the market due to competition, due to compatibility issues, due to security reasons as well. Hence, you may see a job can be done, but yes, it requires a lot of integration, a lot of stuff happen to be in the backend.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what. So my user account is something one, but coming to the devices, I might be devices logging into 10 devices, right? So
yes,
that is something the IGA cannot tell you. So it's like Entra ID has to figure it out, or there should be some other registration process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that we have those kind of features based on the device, based on the application side type as well. So based on once going forward in the training, each and every topic can be covered in a deeper way. Because what are the questions you're asking? It's not like a basic demo questions. I can feel
No, I'm thinking from lift and shift approach.
Yes.
So I'm trying to consume how can we migrate to this Entra ID. So
there is no one single blade in Enter. Hey, open this blade and do all those things and just get it done. It won't be like that. There's a lot of configuration has to be done from the specific SailPoint or IDP and then Microsoft side. Both architecture has to sit together and write code according to that and give a certain APIs access in the backend, and then those APIs will talk in the backend and do the job.
Okay, nice. Yep.
And this migration depends upon the user count. It may take a lot of time. It is not like within a day it will complete. Once you execute the scripts, right, it might take at least a week for transition. And just on average, I'm telling, my experience is like for one of the customer, it took almost 20 days just to do a transition between like 6K users. So it depends. Even the like scalability, everything depends.
Yeah,
So it's not a smooth one. Yeah.
transition will never complete within 1 blade or 1 hour. It requires a lot of exchanges between the source and destination. And that's why you even if you look at any company portal or Microsoft or AWS, any technology portal, you will not see any single blade. Okay, do open this blade and do transition, and it will complete within 1 hour. They'll not give such a kind of luxury to any employee. Yeah, because it involves a lot of component users, devices, application, configurations. It won't done in one day. But answer will be yes for you, Chan. Yes, it can be done. Yeah, sorry. I mean, if no questions, I just want a quick demo. Looks like none of them try to log in. So Alim, I think you're able to log in, right? Alim, can you give me the screenshot of the login? I think you're able to log in, right? Just give me the screenshot and put it in the chat. Alim, are you there? Yeah, makes sense. Loading up. Yeah, so this is a portal when Alim logged into from his mission, and this is how it looks for him. Now, what I'm going to do is, me as an admin, I don't want Alim to log in from his laptop. Okay. for some reason, I don't believe Alim is my Alim is logging from security location. So what I'm going to do is I'm creating one policy, one rule, I can say, on Alim from this demo account. Okay, on this user, when this user trying to access any application, all the applications which are in my tenant, and if he is from this location, the demo where I think this is IP which he belongs to, okay, and then I'm putting a control as block. So with this, what is going to happen, what I'm anticipating is if Alim is trying to access, I think, what is the IP address, which is there. I think make sure you are from this IP, okay? There are two IPs. One is from, yeah, I think there is one more IP which I got from, I think it's Rakesh, I think, Rajesh. So if you also try access from the same location, you'll not able to access. Alim, now can I give it a try and let me know what is happening? Good, thank you. He was able to access exactly at 1 or 2 minutes back without any interventions. Now they just created one rule saying that, okay, if this user is coming from this one of these IPs locations, he or she should get a blocker. That's it. You can see the screenshot, right, which is given by Alim. This is a screenshot. You can't access this right now. The person was able to access 2 minutes before, and the same person is not able to access right now. So because I'm just controlling his accesses being in my home, I did not do anything. I did not log in server. I did not do any kind of extra configure changes. I just logged into portal. I did 1 or 2 settings enable. That's it. That does my job. So this is how a company administrators will play or secure users access.
So here, instead of block, you can also enable
Grant as
additional
well.
security.
Yes, I can do that. Not an issue. I can ask for an MFA. I can ask for to pass a device level restriction.
Okay, yeah. So that's what you can do that, right?
I can do that. So these are the place I can play with it. And terms and conditions, something like where, right, if you go for something, they'll ask, hey, first meet all the terms and conditions, then only you can log in, right? That also we can play with it. So that's how it is. This is gonna be make admin's job easy. Like for end users, resources like users account, devices, app as well. Yes, so going forward, we're gonna play with all these blades, which you're seeing in the left side, like users, groups, external identities, applications, wherein we're gonna cover SAML, OpenID, WAUth as a protocols in the backend. And then app registration, we're gonna do some app registration and identity governance, because I don't have a license, but I'll try to get a license for this. And then app process and license part, how to verify a domain for you. And I'm gonna help you out to tenant as well, creating one test tenant. And I'll try to share the license with you if possible. And then yes, we can play with it. This is how the audit logs will happen. This is how a company will see what kind of what is happening. See, this is a location. I think he's from Telangana, or else his location in Telangana. So this is how when did he log in? What is the time he logs in? What is the username he logs in? And the location is from showing in Telangana. This is IP address. I think I don't know. Maybe yes. And then the device information we will not get it. I think you're using Firefox browser. I don't know. It's showing all this information. I didn't ask this information to Alim, but I'm getting everything in the backend. Yep. That's it.
But John,
Yeah.
one question finally. See,
Please.
Azure administration guys also they do handle this. I mean these roles. I mean this access part also. So how it differ from them?
No, what does that mean? How it differs from them? I didn't get your question.
They are also handling. I mean tickets. I mean with this IAM roles. I And one
Yeah.
of my friend, he is working in some so and so. So they
Okay.
do also doing this job. I mean, IAM role.
Yeah. Okay.
Including this Azure 104.
Okay.
He's working as an Azure administrator. So they are
Okay.
also handling this access part. So
Okay.
how we completely differ from them? I mean,
No, when you said differ, like I'm just trying to understand because see, IAM is like just a what you call access resources.
yes, yes.
If you have access to access sign-in logs, maybe Alim, if Alim able to log in, he will not able to see this one. He will not able to see the sign-in logs. Maybe 1 second. Let me do this. Quick minute. Okay. If you look at, I'm able to view everything. Okay. I'm able to view every option here. But I'm trying to let me log in with this account because I didn't block here, right? Alim's. Where is this account? Entra 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I was an admin. I was able to do everything with my admin credentials because I'm admin for the company and I'm able to play with it. Now, Entra, thread. So if you look at, there are certain roles which are not even open for him, grayed out. Though you are able to see this, he is not entitled to view certain things because I'm a global admin, but he is not. He's just a user. Hence, since you're a user, you're not able to see other components. What are the IAM role which is assigned to you? You're entitled to that job only. Here, I'm a global admin. I can play with everything. I have 100% access. But this person who logged in as a with a demo account, he don't have everything. So that is how it differs. The way I'm able to view the portal, the way this user is able to view portal is completely different. The kind of luxury I get in a user's access and the kind of luxury he gets in is completely different. I don't think he can able to create user as well. See, it's a delete, a grayed out 1 second. See, it's grayed out. But it was I was able to open this for me. Everywhere it gonna changes. Every blade, every setting, every access, every resource requires IAM permission to access it.
Seems you mean to say that they don't have full permissions to.
Obviously.
Yes.
He has a permission to view all users, but he don't have a permission to create a user because I didn't give him. If I give him permission, obviously this option will be available for him and he or she can create.
This IAM chain entirely separately will be in every company or else IAM
See,
chain will
as
be
I
in
said,
every.
as I said, banking sectors and then financial companies, right? They won't put everything in one bucket. They will not give everything to one person, and it itself is not a big ocean. There are a lot of components. See, users creation, groups creation. What most of the company does is they'll hire certain people, some 15, 20 people. They'll give access to only for use. Hey, users. I mean, hey, this team. You feel 15, 20 people are all only entitled to create users or delete users or do this job, but you're not entitled to do other works. And they'll hire some other people to maintain groups and applications. There will be some other team who works for application administration. There is some other team who works for security as a condition access policy, location based everything. There is some other team who works on licenses. Most of service-based companies, they will not put all the options in one basket. What they do is they segregate. Okay, this people has to do this work, this people has to do this work. Until unless you get some good amount of experience, like 15, 20 years of experience and good hands-on knowledge on this, then they'll only give you global admin. Then global admin is eligible to do everything like this. Does it answer your question, Suresh, or any you didn't get a? Hello, Suresh? Or any other questions, guys?
John, I have a question. Like, will it
Please,
support like B2B and B2C model, like
obviously,
CYAM thing?
B2B is one of the key components. I mean, as I said before, I didn't get a chance to cover most of the part. Yeah, B2B is also covered. It is also available in training. That is nothing but cross-tenant synchronization. Where? Sorry. Cross-tenant synchronization. This is a place where we see B2B, B2C. Okay. This is a place where I have come different company and I want to bring their users to my company and I want to give my users to their company for certain 6 months or 1 year. We can do that. Yeah, this is
So
called
meaning
B2B.
like no users will be like synced there, but only the authentication or the access thing will be handled.
Yeah, at the same time, they will be available as a guest accounts, but they'll not be available as a member accounts. Guest means guest. You're the only guest. You will be there as a guest for a certain amount of time. Once my work with your company as a collaboration, once it's done, I'm going to delete your profile. I don't want you at any cost.
Okay, got you. Yeah. And another question, like it supports like API integrations, like meaning like machine to machine integrations, right?
Mission to mission in this sense, and I didn't get your
So
question.
if we create an application with a machine to machine services, like we'll be getting some API key or an OIDC application. So with that help of that token, with that help of that API key, like users can be provisioned or user action can be done, right?
You're asking about service account?
Yes, service account, service application integration.
Yeah, that can be done. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't get a question. Sorry for that.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you for pitching. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, we're going to cover AD Connect as well, which I did not present in PPT. And PIM, Identity Security, MFA. We're going to play with MFA as well. We're going to do app registration. I'm going to explain to you the in-depth of the SAML, OpenID workflow, the tokens. I'm going to show you tokens on the SAML request, what the request contains in deeper. And then if, let's say, if a company get an issue, let's say I'm the end user, I'm able to access my application till Sunday, but I'm not able to access my application. What is happening? In such a case, how to start the troubleshooting? Are we directly jump onto issue and then directly go and change it? Or are we going to check from the scratch? Okay. From the starting, so let's go in checking sign-in logs, audit logs, and then the most important part is fiddler traces. Most of the companies use a fiddler traces. It will capture the traces of the browser transactions which happens in the backend. When I click on refresh, right, a lot of transactions are happening in the backend. That transaction will be captured by fiddler traces in the backend, and we can validate how to read those. I'm going to help you fiddler traces as well. It's all about what I need is I want you people to show interest. Then I'm going to walk you guys along with me from the scratch to the masters. I can
like, do you have any contents, like what all do you have, like cover up? Any document which covers all the topics?
I think we had a PPT somewhere. Sorry, we have a Word document is in a WhatsApp group. Yes, maybe if I can give you one more time. I'll just put it in a WhatsApp group. Okay.
Got it.
Is it possible to HRSM?
Is this course will cover only administration part or development part as well? If it is development, okay. What language we will use? Like
no. The development we don't do. I mean, we don't. This won't be covered already because I'm not a dev guy. I'm an admin guy. Yeah, sorry for that.
Okay, let me answer that. There is nothing called as development here in Entra ID. So it comes under DevOps. In case if you're doing some development activities, only a couple of automation scripts you are going to enable. Okay, for example, guys, let's say when you're consuming some data from some IAM tool into an Entra ID, right? If you want to automate that with some other downstream applications, there some scripts will be involved. But I believe now Microsoft Entra ID will by default will have some templates. Okay, so that is all a small modification. I can show that. So some dev part I'll go ahead and show it. It's a very simple. So once we jump into AD Connect topic, right? AD Sync. So by then I'll also pitch in and I'll show you some glimpse of it.
Okay.
So like, don't it supports like customization part, like maybe some customization in the UI, like MFA screens or any login screens?
Customization, like on UI level, you are talking about?
Yes, on a UI level, like suppose if I see the generic login page will be displayed to the end user, right? So like, can we make any branding on it or something like that?
Yeah. Company branding is there. Somewhere your company branding, we can do that.
Custom
You can,
domain names.
yeah.
Maybe.
This is the company branding. Yes.
Okay.
You can put a page layout and then the logos.
Got
You
it.
can
Got it.
customize the way you want.
Okay.
But default you'll have like this. You can modify according to it.
Okay. Just say plug and play things, not about
Yeah.
creating some JavaScript code for web page or so. Okay.
So yeah. So guys, any other questions? Are we good to wrap up?
Yes.
Okay. Please do register, guys. So if you are not registering, you may lose chance, because we are creating separate group apart from our generic group. So in that group, you are going to get all the updates, plus whatever doubts you are asking on eye level, definitely it will be covered in the actual training session. We are targeting to start by Wednesday. That was the date. That is 14th of August. It may change 1 or 2 days later, but uh, once you register, I'll reach out to you guys and we'll fix a time. Okay.
It's better if you can post the contents in that group or somewhere.
Yeah, contents. Yeah, I'll post it in the group. Or so
Yeah.
hope you guys are in like normal generic WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yes.
But if you do see, some may have joined, because we have hosted the training links not only on this WhatsApp platform, it was hosted on LinkedIn and other platforms as well. That's the reason we don't know whether all folks are available in the WhatsApp group. That's the reason we are just asking to register, so that we can create one group and we can just share all the content over there.
I think I'll give you in the chat list one second. I have
John, your all chat is visible to everyone.
Yeah, just give me. I'm just getting it.
Yeah.
Even I think I can give you Key Vault as well. If you are showing interest, Key Vault is also part of the security. I can give you the Key Vault knowledge as well, like add-on.
So the form which you were talking about to fill, can you post that in the WhatsApp group?
Sorry?
The form which you were talking about to fill.
Yeah.
To register.
Yeah, to
Yeah, it
register.
is already posted. So I'll post again. Okay. And one more thing, on the form itself, Google form itself, I have on the Google form itself, I've provided the content. You can go, if you click on that form link, right? The content is available inside the form.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So let me post the register link in the groups.
That is for SailPoint IDN, I believe, like the one link which you gave.
Yeah. One more I'll share, guys. Yeah, I'll share it.
I gave you the topics, guys. Maybe I might miss one or two topics here and there, but I can cover going forward for sure.
So like we can create some lab accounts and work it out, right? Like
I'll give you each and every person username and password I'll create based on the registrations. I can give you license as well. I can let you to play with it. I'll make your hands dirty as deeper as you guys want.
Got it.
Hey John, any certification we have for this Microsoft Entra?
When it comes to certification, I have different kind of prospect, to be honest. So it's not really mandatory for you. I think someone asked me, do we really need some knowledge to gain Entra ID experience, like pre-experience? I said not required. And what are the topics we're gonna cover in the training will be like a above L100, like we call L100, like average kind of knowledge. We guys get it. So it's not really mandatory certification, but yeah, if you do it, that's going to help you in internal getting a projects, because a lot of service-based companies require certifications, 104 or 300, 900, something like that. Yeah, if you want to do, not an issue. You're free to do that. But to learn this, it's not really mandatory to have certification knowledge.
Sure. Thank you.
Welcome. But
so with the help of this training, like are we sufficient to clear the certification part?
That's what I was about to say. With help of this, you guys will clear at least ST's S300 certification. SC300, but it's all about, just because you attend this training doesn't mean that it's gonna give you certification. It's all about how you guys gonna put efforts to in it. Because my side is half 50%, remain 50% from you guys and as well. There is a website, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of, there is a website. If you go to that website, that give you some dumps, and that dumps will contain question and answers, and the same thing will be covered in this here as well. Maybe I'll give you that link as well for you. Yeah. If anyone planning to write any certification, please feel to refer this link. This link contains, just you can change it to exam, the certification which you want to, and put the code 300, 900. I just put it in a chat list. Any other question, guys?
So certification contains any hands-on or just a multiple choice questions thing?
It's like, see, every certification exams will be different. So basic level will put some questions like multiple choices and some kind of one-word answers. But if you're going for higher level certification like S300, S900, it gives you certain lab scenarios. Okay, this is what the configuration, this is what end user is experiencing. What you're gonna do. In such a cases, you need to analyze, okay, what was the scenario, what was the issue, and what can be done to fix that issue.
Got it.
So the deeper certification you're going for, the kind of complexity will be increasing.
So guys, I have posted the link in the group, and hope you just check it and register yourself. And we'll be starting soon, but based on once you register, I need to talk to you about the timings and weekdays or weekend batch. Based on that, we are going to fix it. So if you don't have any other questions, I believe we are good to drop for the day.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions if you have anything. Even if it's silly, even if something which you can put a in chat as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, John. Thank you, team.
Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Someone is asking demo link.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not here.